Hi, hello everybody. My name is Jeffrey Adams and I'm writer-director of a audio fiction podcast titled Radio Icebox. Now, it's the story of a small town in northern Minnesota where in 1975 a meteorite crashed down in the local lake and knocked out all wireless communication, all except a tiny, low-power and somewhat legal radio station entitled Radio Icebox. And our story centers on the staff of this tiny radio station as they attempt to keep this small town entertained and informed 40 years later as the internet and cable television and satellite and all kinds of things have just passed the town by. Plus, of course, there's all the weirdness to deal with because Icebox, Minnesota, ever since that meteorite strike, has been ground zero for mysterious lights in the woods or sea monsters in the lake and a steady stream of psychopaths and ghosts that just seem to be coming to town all the time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Small rural community with weird goings on. We've seen this, right? Yeah, I know. You've seen it everywhere. But there's two things that I think make our show a little bit different. First of all, you know all those quirky, weird towns that are all over podcasting right now, towns like Night Vale and Limetown and the tunnels beneath Hartford, Connecticut? You know those shows? Well, those shows are all produced in places like Chicago and Los Angeles and outside of London, whereas Radio Icebox is produced in International Falls, Minnesota, a town of 5,500 souls right on the Canadian border. In fact, at the moment, I'm speaking to you 3 city blocks from the end of America. And when we say we know a little something about life in a quirky small town, we know what we're talking about. Oh God, do we ever. And the second thing is, this show is produced by the Icebox Radio Theater, which started in 2004. That's even before podcasting. We did our first couple of shows in the basement of a local radio station, which broadcast them live over the air. So we know a little something about creating audio fiction. We like to create our own music and, of course, write all our own scripts. And we even like to use the old-fashioned old-time radio sound effects. Now, we have a lot of stuff planned for this season. We're very excited to be here on Patreon. We're going to be offering our patrons drawings every month for free merchandise, t-shirts and coffee mugs and sweatshirts, and even some souvenirs like an autograph session used script. Also, we're going to be doing Google Hangouts this year. We have a chance to ask questions to the cast and crew, see a little bit more about how the show comes together. And of course, we're going to be doing at least 2 mini episodes this year just for our patrons on Patreon, and you will even get a vote as to what kinds of shows those are. So look around here on our Patreon page, check out the rewards, check out our stretch goals as well. We have some interesting stuff, including a desire to one day start our own streaming radio station, and maybe even take the show on the road with a Radio Icebox live show that we could bring to a town near you. Thank you so much for your time and kind attention. This is Jeff Adams signing off and reminding you to keep listening.